One of my favorite towers, the Druid, was buffed in the last update. And that buff in specific was to the XX5 Avatar of Wrath, making its max buff attack damage increased from 24 to 30. With this Ninja Kiwi said, Druid has fallen down the ranks of player pick rate. We are increasing its maximum damage of Avatar of Wrath to make it more viable. Now, even though I already thought Avatar of Wrath was one of the better Druid upgrades and I would have buffed this guy in different ways, it is still welcomed. So today, we're going to see how good the Druid is now in Battles 2. Okay, our first match with the Druid, guys. We got the map Castle Ruins. I think I'm just going to choose Oben as my hero. And I could go in Druid Eco Strategy, or I could just go Druid Banana Farm. Opponent's going with Cyber Quincy as well. I don't know if that's noteworthy or not. Let's go Druid Eco. We're going to go one of the classic Druid Eco strategies, Druid Submarine Ice in Oben. For those of you who are OG Battles 2 players, like all the way back when this game was released, this was a very popular loadout back in the day, and a very strong loadout too. Alright, we're going to get Hard Thorns on you off the rip. Nice part about Ice Tower and Slowed as well is Ice Tower did get buffed in the last update where you can place it on water. I guess that doesn't really change anything in this case though, because I mean on this map there's not really that much water space and I don't think it's gonna make a difference anyways, but on some other maps that change can be helpful. Let's get Oben down here. Okay, nice. And my opponent is going Cyber Quincy with Submarine. That's interesting. That's not really what you expect on this map. They're also balloon boosting at me, which is fine. We need to get Druid Leaks anyways in the early game, so it's just going to make them easier to get. Heart of Vengeance. And ideally, we leak down to about 70 lives. No more, no less. We'll see how close I can get. That puts me at, what, 100? Okay, I need to leak more than that. Maybe put you on last target. Also, we need to send max eco because we have an eco strategy. Don't forget about that. Alright, last target, a couple more shots. Back to strong. How many leaks is this now? 80? This will probably be close to 80 after everything's said and done. Okay. Slowly but surely getting closer and closer. Now I want to also make sure I can stall the rounds effectively, which is going to be difficult on this map. Well, my opponent's also got an eco strategy. Okay, wait, it's eco versus eco. Maybe we don't have to worry about stalling the rounds if it's eco versus eco. Let's get up Druid of Wrath. I was thinking about knocking Druid of Wrath initially, because sometimes Druid of Wrath can anti-stall rounds, since it snipes the balloons with the projectiles. You know what I'm saying? This works, though. It's fine. This defends. I'm thinking about doing something a little bit wacky in this early game. Typically, you just get this Druid and then you'll upgrade it to Heart of Thunder for yellow balloons. But what I'm thinking about doing, guys, let me cook. We'll throw down Brambles right here. There's not really a good place to throw down Brambles in this map. Oh, it's also a farm strategy from the opponent. What I'm thinking about doing is going for a second Druid early. I think just right around here. And the second Druid is going to be just a Druid of the Jungle, because that does make you some extra money. And it'll give me some extra defense on top of it. Especially against these balloon-boosted black balloons, which I don't think are going to do anything to begin with. But, yeah. Oh wait, I still didn't even get all my leaks in. 1 second. Last targeting for a couple shots. Back to first. Back to last, back to first. Okay, we got the leaks in we needed. I actually over-leaked slightly, but that's fine. I wanted to get the max Druid buff, it's important. But yeah, this Druid of the Jungle will make me some extra income. I think it's $100 every couple seconds, like 14 seconds. And it gives me some nice additional defense and selling power on top of that, so 3 things which are nice. They're going Heli. What? Submarine Heli Banana Farm is quite the odd loadout, I've got to say. I respect it, though. Region Purple Balloons? Okay. I don't think that does anything. Druid of the Jungle also de-regrows. And I have this on last targeting for a bit. Maybe back to first. Wait a second. Maybe this does do stuff. Target that. Snipe it. And then now we get Heart of Thunder. Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling. What a Bramble snipe, guys. That's what we're made of right there. Those Brambles come in clutch. They're sending me Region Zebras. It's not going to do anything either. I've got to prep for round 11 now. Which, what's the best way to go about my defense round 11? That's what I'm wondering. I could try to save for like a reactor. I don't think I'm affording reactor though. Maybe we could go for like an Icicles. Icicles probably does decent. I feel like they're rushing me. Okay, we just went for a Cryocan, that's fine. I think ice upgrades are better than submarine upgrades at defending round 11, round 13 stuff, but there's probably cases where both have advantages over one another. Let's go for a submergent support here. I'm not going to go all the way for reactor. If they send me like a bigger rush, we just build this into an icicles, and I can probably get the middle crosspath on the icicles as well, which is more damage. I don't need to pop leads when I have a Heart of Thunder Druid next to it. Alright, purples, that's not going to do anything. We can start stacking some brambles in here too. Now, if they don't rush me, we'll get Jungle's Bounty. Yeah. Enhanced freeze on you. I like how this has started. Wait, they don't have much... does that Heli see camo? Let's see. Okay, it does. I'm not going to send them a camo rush, even though their submarine doesn't see camo. I don't think sending a camo rush is worth here, necessarily. Also, use that ability. I'm just going to get a tech bot and put that on the Druid so don't forget. At least for now. That'll be making me some solid income. And again, if they send me like a big all-out rush, we have $4,000 of selling power inside of that Druid as well, which is important. And I guess I'll just save for a second Jungle's Bounty. I like how this is going. My opponent's farms are really bad. Like, a 2-2-0 farm. I was assuming they'd build this into they'd be working to build this into a bank early, but it doesn't seem like Mr. Blue Monkey is interested in trying to get a bank up. I don't know. Just my initial thoughts. Okay, I should go get the second Jungle's Bounty here in round 17. And 2 Jungle's Bounties actually have some pretty solid Moab class damage. So this Moab, which is actually a phase Moab, 1 second, they're sending me multiple. Okay. This could get dangerous. Let's tower boost this. With tower boost, I should be completely fine. I don't even know if tower boost is necessary there. I might have been able to defend that by getting just a couple more defense, because now I might be in a bit of trouble against a re-rush. We'll see. I think I'll be okay. I'm gonna get like an armor-piercing darts on my side. Then get icicles if they re-rush. Let's see. Gotta be careful. Yeah, they're re-rushing me. It's gonna be a big rush too. Sell this. We should be fine against this. Yep, we're good, we're good. 2 armor-piercing darts is more than enough. And then we have the decamo, so yeah, we clean that up nicely. Okay. I think that was a good first match. Didn't go late or anything, but we showcased the Ice Tower with Druid combination pretty well. And yeah, I feel like the Icicles is definitely a better play than getting like Ballistic Missile or Reactor in the mid-game. Icicles is kind of goated. They are dead. Okay, for our next match here, we got Magma Mixup, the new map. I guess we can try Druid on this map. I feel like Druid sub Ice is not the play though. We definitely want to switch Ice for Banana Farm. Just because eco strategies on this map don't strike me as being very strong, and the map's too difficult. Alright, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start with the Druid probably right here on last targeting is the best start. Their own Dartling, okay. So Dartling, and they brought Jericho as well. A little bit interesting. And I'm not entirely a huge fan of their Dartling spot, even though they have a good line of fire. It's too close to the start of the map in my opinion. It would be better to have Dartling all the way back here, I feel like. And I used Dartling on this map before, and that seemed pretty decent. Let's get Oben down though. Oh, and I did not get Oben before the round ended. They actually anti-stalled with their Dartling. Nicely done. So I missed out on Oben leveling, which is going to hurt. I'm not going to get that Druid of Wrath, or Nature's Wrath early, for my Druid to get more Pierce. Okay. On the bright side, because they bought the Dartling upgrade to anti-stall round 1, they don't get their Jericho down until round 2. Actually, wait, round 3. Okay. So that definitely was not worth for my opponent. Waiting to round 3 to get your Jericho down is a big problem. Good to keep in mind. Alright, they're layering on me. Let's get Heart of Vengeance here. And we should go get some Druid leaks. Hopefully not too... This is the round where I'm missing out on the Druid extra Pierce I was talking about. But we survived. That's good. And it appears this guy's actually bringing an eco strategy, which I feel like it's a bad decision on this map. The harder maps typically farm dominates because eco strategies struggle to defend like round 11, round 13 without the selling power that farms give you. However, on the longer maps, I think eco strategies are actually the meta now. I've been seeing a lot of people going with sniper eco strategies, and those seem to be very strong at the moment. Alright, round 5, we'll send some white balloons. We forced their Dartling upgrade. I probably shouldn't have upgraded my farm. If they send me white balloons, I'll have to tower boost. Yep, there they are. We'll tower boost this. Not a problem. And where do I even throw down brambles? That's the question. Like, I kind of have to just throw them down wherever. I don't know. Because I don't want to throw them down here. If I throw them down in this location, they'll get eaten up easily, even though this is the part before the paths diverge. So it's better to just throw them down on the paths after it has diverged, if that makes sense. Also, going for lightning might have been a mistake. I could have went for Druid of Wrath, which Druid of Wrath actually does have a decent line of fire. The reason I didn't, though, is because if I go for Druid of Wrath, he can just... If my opponent's smart, they can stop sending me balloons for a second, and then my Druid of Wrath loses its attack speed bonus, and I'm in trouble. I think I just need to get both anyways, though. Yep. And they balloon boosted yellows, those aren't going to do anything against me. At least my opponent wasted a balloon boost. Okay. I'm curious how this guy's going to end up defending like round 13 and stuff with their strategy. I feel like Dartling is just going to struggle a ton. Especially with the fact they don't have Banana Farm and they don't have Benjamin or DJ Benjamin to buff their Dartlings with the ability. I don't know how Mr. Woolly Man's going to do it. It looks like they stopped their eco super early, so that's going to help. Stopped eco in like round 8, basically. Alright, 2 great production farms. Let's throw down some brambles on this path. So we have a brambles to eat up both paths. That's good. And, like, do I go for a reactor on this map? The thing is, the submarine spots here are just kind of bad. No cap. Alright, they got their HRP up. Nicely done. I'm not going to send anything yet. Alright, they're stealing from me. That's fine. Let's get a reactor up. Just play it safe. Just play it safe here. And, yeah, I don't know what to do. Maybe go for a third farm. I'm assuming one of their towers is Alchemist. Normally when people go Dartling on these hard maps, they bring Alch with Dartling because you get an Alch buffed Hydropods does defend decently well. But I still think I can rush. Let's try something now, because if I force tower boost, they're screwed in round 16 against Ceramics. Yep, there's tower boost. Okay. I don't know how they're defending around 16 rush. They actually almost died. If I just sent more balloons, they would have been dead against that as well. So I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Dartling is just kind of weird on this map. They do have an Alchemist, but Alchemist is not going to be enough, trust me. Yeah, it's not even close. This map is just so difficult, dude. I'm telling you, you gotta bring farm on that map. Okay, next match we're against DDD4-Ol. Map is Sands of Time. And I'm thinking about changing up the loadout a decent bit because it's an easy map. We want to go more late game oriented strategies. How about Dartling, Druid, Village? Now, in hindsight, DJ Benjamin would probably be better here than Oben for the strategy, but Oben can probably work. The advantage of DJ Benjamin is obvious. He will buff the Druid farms and then buff your Dartling a lot in the early game, give you that Benjamin level 3 ability, which is important. But, you know, let's try Oben and see how this ends up playing out. Now, I guess I'll just start with a Dartling and get Oben down round 1. I could have started with a Druid. Starting with a Druid may be a better decision than starting with a Dartling. I'm not entirely sure. The advantage of starting with a Dartling, though, is I can control how long the rounds are, which is good for eco strategy. So if you start with a Druid, a lot of the time you're going to be anti-stalling yourself. And we'll get Oben down right here. Perfect. And just continue max ecoing. Opponent's going tack on this map, which doesn't strike me as a very good option. I feel like tack is not the best on Sands of Time, and their tack spot also misses like 3 out of the 8 blades, which is not super efficient either. Now, one other thing I want to test is that first game, you remember I went for the Druid of the Jungle early? What if I go for another Druid of the Jungle here, just early as well with my Dartling, and use that as a little bit of extra farming and some supportive defense? We'll see how it ends up playing out. I think it'll be fun. They got regular Gwendolyn down with tack, okay. Fair enough, Mr. DD. Try to stall this round out. That red balloon, yep. Let's get Heart of Oak. And then on round 4, I should be able to forward the Druid of the Jungle. We can also start throwing down some brambles, which is nice. We'll target that. Okay, Druid's on strong targeting, which I think is fine. They got tack, sniper. Yeah, what is this loadout? This is just some weird tied up loadout. I don't know. Maybe bro just randomized his towers in the select screen. Okay. I'll start making some decent money from this Druid of the Jungle, though, which I'm happy about. But I do need to get more defense for sure, is the only problem. Yeah, I don't know if this was the play. I'm going to start leaking a lot. Upgrade you to Powerful Darts. Target the brambles and throw you down. We are low-key defending to the lowest of keys. Maybe go for a second Druid? Maybe just get 2 Druid jungle farms early? That could possibly do something. Let me cook, guys. Let me cook. I am kind of liking these Druid jungles, I'm not going to lie. I feel like a lot of people have been sleeping on this upgrade. It used to be like super OP when they first released it. First allowed the Druid jungle to make money. And then it got nerfed and people pretty much forgot about it altogether. But I think there is some argument to be made to use this upgrade. Because it can save you a little bit of cash on defense you would be buying. Like, for example, I don't have to crosspath my Dartling, which is good. Obviously, buying these Druids costs a lot more than Dartling crosspath. But with buying the Druids, I'm making extra money too. So, there's pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? Alright, force tower boost on their end. That's good. In the Druid, I think it makes you $100 every 14 seconds. So it's equivalent to like... It's probably equivalent to like 40-ish eco per Druid of the Jungle. Which means I have like 80 eco in Druid of the Jungles right now. So I don't know. Alright, round 9, they're sending me some Zebras, let's get or another Dartling. We need to save for Hydrocopods for round 11. The thing about the Druid of the Jungles though is if I went DJ Benjamin, they probably wouldn't have been as effective because I don't have Oben to buff them. Well actually wait, DJ Benjamin gives Pierce though. So maybe DJ Benjamin with the Druid of the Jungle early still could have worked well. I'm rambling. Okay, this sells for 1190. I can afford a Hydrocopods, I might need to sell 1 Druid of the Jungle though. No, nothing's happening, let's actually rush them. Their defense currently is lacking. We forced a tower boost, that's good. And we forced semi-automatic rifle, okay. Currently they don't have any Camo lead popping power because their Gwendolyn doesn't reach their sniper with a buff. So what are they gonna do here? Okay, wait, they buy that. Now they're weak to region rainbows because they don't have enough money for a Blade Maelstrom and that's gonna regrow farm. So now they're gonna have to sell the sniper to get a Blade Maelstrom, and that gets in camos, and if they sell their sniper, they're dead to the camos, and then, yep. We just outsmarted them. Let's go. I'll take that win. I'll take it. Alright guys, this is the game that I can finally, hopefully showcase the Avatar of Wrath. We got the map star against Master Jerry D, who's going DJ Benjamin, so they'll probably bring in one of the meta strategies. I think I'll stick with this loadout though. Druid sub ice, let's go. Now DJ Ben could technically mean a lot of loadouts, but when I'm talking about like the meta strategies, I think the main one people are running is Engineer Sniper Super Monkey. So we'll see if Master Jerry D has that. If that's their strategy, it's gonna be really hard to win. Okay, it looks like it's boat. So it's definitely not that strategy. Let's try to get Oben down round 1, of course, which I should be able to get Oben down in 1 eco boost. They're giving me the thumbs up. Nicely done. And ideally we don't leak any balloons before I get the crosspath on our Druid, so I'm gonna try my best as far as targeting is concerned. We don't want to over-leak early, because if we save ourselves some leaks for later, then I can get a life-buffed Avatar of Wrath to the middle crosspath. You know what I'm saying? Alright, they got DJ Ben down, nicely done. Heart of Vengeance. Put these on last targeting now. Try to leak to 70 or so. And they might be wondering, why don't I just start with a Druid that has Heart of Vengeance in the middle crosspath that I could make into an Avatar of Wrath? You could do that, but the problem with that play is not going for the Druid of Wrath with Heart of Thunder early game is kind of just asking for problems in the early game, since this guy is super effective, and if you don't have him, you will need to spend a lot more money on your early game defenses, basically, which just isn't ideal. And then you could say, well, why don't you start with 2 Druids then, and have the normal 2/0/3 Druid you have, and then on top of that, you can get life buffs for another Druid. And the problem with that is also that's not efficient at all, because then you're spending a bunch of money on like round 3 or whatever, and your eco's gonna suffer. So this is basically the ideal way to play it. You know what I'm saying? It's the optimal way. Okay. 2 boats and a sniper from Master Jerry D. That's quite the interesting setup, I've got to say. Let's send some green balloons, and I'll get Druid of Wrath on my own end, because I'm gonna need this for white balloons. We don't have the, what's it called, totem being placed yet. So we still might struggle to get a little bit to white balloons, because Druid is a bit weird on this map sometimes. It looks like we're handling though. And their grape shots are actually decently effective under DJ Ben's range. I forgot about that. The grape shot kind of has 3 pierce if you get the long range upgrade on the boat, and then +1 pierce from DJ Ben. That could be decent. Alright, send some black balloons now. I think Jerry D will need more defense for yellow balloons though in round 7, is my guess. And also, black balloons are causing some problems. Wait a second. They got Marchman up though, nicely done. Let's send some yells, see what they do here. Assuming with Benjamin ability they'd be good, but they end up using a tower boost instead. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at all those leaks, down to 26 lives. Master Jerry D, you need to be careful here, brother. You need to be careful. I'm gonna keep sending. I'm not gonna hold off, but... Oh lord. 23 lives now. They use Benjamin ability. Okay, nicely done. It looks like that handles, but the downtime might get them. Okay, they got Canship up. Nicely done. Okay. Jerry D is okay. He survived at 19 lives. Bro is cutting it close. My eco's looking fantastic. Already over 800 eco. And I will get Heart of Thunder on you now. Perfect. If I get rushed on round 11 or round 13, do I go for an ice upgrade like I did on the other map? Castle Ruins, I think it was. Probably. Or I could go for like a ballistic missile. I don't know. They end up going for a couple more snipers in there and they're trying to get the maximum income from DJ Benjamin. Nicely done. Let's see if they rush. Is Master Jerry D gonna get aggressive at me or no? Currently doesn't appear so. Okay. Some lead balloons. Let's get a submerge and support. Now technically, I could place Druid farms on the water and then later buff them with reactor and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna do that yet though, but maybe I'll do that later. That could be a strat with this loadout. If I'm not gonna get rushed though, I am gonna go for a Jungle's Bounty. Because I'm greedy. What can I say? They're letting me do it. Master Jerry D is, so I'm gonna take that opportunity. Got an Ice Tart on our end as well. And I will continue ecoing. Let's go, $1,000 from you. Alright. Oh wait, they stopped ecoing. Uh-oh. That could be problematic. Am I getting rushed here? So far, nothing. Nope, they're back to ecoing. Okay, they're just saving them for favorite trades on their end. So this guy's kind of making money in two different ways. From DJ Benjamin's end of round cash and then boat income. But they aren't going for a sniper farm, which is interesting as well. Especially with the fact that DJ Benjamin buffs sniper farms. Oh, I might have made a mistake targeting these brambles on the track, now that I think about it, because I kind of wanted to leak Camel Bloons on round 18 to get more Druid leaks in. And now it's going to be hard to leak Camel Bloons if those brambles stay around, which they probably won't despawn in time for round 18. I guess we'll see. Round 17. They go for a sniper farm on their end. Fair enough. Let's get another Druid farm. Jungle's Bounty. Just because this guy's not rushing me, so I don't really need to build any actual defensive towers besides the Druids I already have. Right, another Brambles. One of the Brambles at the end of the map actually despawns, so I might be okay here. Ideally, we get life buffs on 3 different Druids. One of them being in the back of the map for Superstorm. One right here for life buffs through the forest, and then probably one right here for a... Oh wait, the Brambles actually... How does this clip the balloons? What? Yeah, that is unlucky indeed, Master Jerry D. How does this clip the balloons? That does not look like it should clip them. Okay, I guess I'll target farther back and try to leak on a different round. But that's pretty annoying. Wait, they're selling stuff? Oh, they got sniper farm on there, and nicely done. Okay. Let's start going for some Druid farms on the water. Because these ones I can buff with reactor. And then Energizer later. I don't know. Just feeling like being a little bit goofy here. These guys aren't going to have any advantage over the land Druids yet, but they will have advantages over them later. There's 4 Druid farms. Perfect. Moab should be easy for me to defend. Yes, not a problem. Still not worth for me to buy a reactor. Reactor is only 15% reduction and only have 2 Druids in their range on water next to the reactor right now. Let's go with you here. I think round 24 is when I'm going to try to leak the Camel Bloons. Because there's Camel Purples that round. And we'll see if we can get Druid leaks in there. Alright, let's get this up now. Plutonium Reactor has been purchased. Perfect. They're sending me a BFB, okay. Gotta be careful here. Where's the Camel Bloons? They haven't came yet. There they are. Unsubmerge. I need like 5 leaked. Okay, wait a second. It clips them at the top. This is actually gonna be really hard to leak them then. Okay, wait. Basically got it perfect there. That was actually really good. That was risky. I'm not gonna lie, that was very risky. Also, their BFB did absolutely nothing. I didn't think it would do anything because I have so many Druid farms already. So it's kind of a bad rush, but Yeah, happy with how that played out. Alright, got a decent amount of Druid farms buffed now. Let's go for another trees to make some more money. It's actually probably in the best interest to move my reactor, now that I think about it. Because if I have it here, it's going to cover more Druids. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I should have just gone there to begin with, off the start. Because it only buffs their cooldowns more in the range of the reactor. Inside of this corner right here, we can get a embrittlement up. Alright, I like how this is playing out so far. I feel like I'm in a good position. Is it worth for me to save up for Energizer? 32,000. But it'll cut all of these Druid farm cooldowns on the water in half. That's the advantage of having Sniper farms over Druid farms, is Sniper farms are a lot more space efficient. So I could have a lot more money generated from Sniper farms inside the range of reactor than Druid farms, if that makes sense. And Sniper farms are just more money efficient nowadays too, with the changes to price. As target trees in the back, we're gonna have these just as safety trees now. Energizer has been purchased, that's good. We can get another ice tower right here. Do we even know what their third is? Wait a second. Have I only seen Sniper in both this entire time? I haven't really been paying much attention to my opponent's end. I don't think I know their third, but I could be wrong. Okay, we're starting to make some really solid cash though. This is good. Can I fit any more inside of the Energizer's range? Maybe a couple right here. I don't think I can fit any more inside Energizer's range. That's fine. I kind of want to get rushed so I can see the new, what's it called? Avatar of Wrath in action. That'll be right in this location, by the way. For the Avatar of Wrath. Let's stop our eco. That's enough eco for now. Spirit of the Forest on my side. Perfect. Do I send them one BAD just to see what they've got going on? Let's do it. Just to test the waters a little bit. Let's continue Druid farming. They give me the thumbs up. And what's their plan here? It looks like they're going to go for a cripple in the back. Okay, that's fair. And Super Monkey is their third. Ooh, okay. So that's going to be difficult to play against. Super, Sniper, Boat. Actually a pretty decent loadout. The nice part is I have life regen, so I can technically have life advantage at the end of the game. If I need to, but my strategy is not really a GG around 40 loadout to begin with, so... yeah, that's the problem. I don't really have GG around 40 potential here, you know what I'm saying? Alright, is that 5? Yes, okay. Just trying to get everything in line here. I mean, to be honest though, Populus actually do a decent amount of damage with the super brittle damage buff, so I think I can just spam some Populus over here too. And those will do some damage at least. Okay, they got Tempo on their end. This is going to be a hard one to win, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be very difficult to win this. Because I'm going to get out-moneyed as well with the Sniper farms they've got. Even though I have more Druid farms, every Sniper farm is equivalent to 2 Druid farms. But I do guess I have Energizer helping me out, so... and they have DJ Benjamin, so that probably evens out somewhat with the buffs to this farming. Okay, got our Avatar of Wrath up now finally. Every one of our 5th tier Druids is max life, well not max life buff, but it's like 60 life buff I think, so that's decent. Not great. Okay, they're selling some stuff, let's be careful. Do I start sending now? I'm not sure how to play this out. I could start getting some first strikes on my end too underneath the Energizer. It might not be a bad idea. We'll do that. Okay. These first strikes have half the cooldown because they're next to Energizer. That's good. Let's send a fortified BD, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm screwed here, to be honest. Okay, they're sending me. Tower boost. I don't need to use all my abilities against this. Tower boosting was probably too much to begin with. It's only 2 BADs. But we should be able to defend these pretty easily. Yeah, we're actually... wait, they're taking longer to defend mine, low-key. Wait a second. Superstorm? Okay, I almost forgot about Superstorm. That would have been really bad if I forgot about it. I almost sold. Low-key. But yeah, look at their side. I mean, they're popping it, but they don't have that many Sun Avatars yet, in all honesty. How much damage did this guy get? Okay, I mean, I guess I can't really tell how much damage Avatar of Wrath is doing at this point. Because I have so much other stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? It's not really the best showcase of all time, but I'm trying. Around 39, I think I'll send more. They're sending me for sure. Use these abilities. They're sending the ZOMGs, which is odd. Try to sell these off. Micro. Oh no, this is gonna be close. I should have sent more. I should have sent more. We're still popping some. Wait a second. Ability's coming back. Die, 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 die. Please die first. Please die first. Please die first. Bloon boost. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. Yes, let's go. We defended more than they defended. That's all that matters. Oh my gosh. What an intense game to end it off. Holy cow. Yeah, neither of us were defending there, to be honest, but somehow we held on a little bit longer. GG's.